the sleepy town of Cedar Grove, population 1,756, David Chon spent his Saturday morning like any other, tending to his grandmother's flower shop while dreaming of the photography career he'd put on hold. The bell above the door chimed its familiar tune as he arranged roses, his mind wandering to his upcoming anniversary with Sarah, his girlfriend of 3 years. Then the air changed. The flowers began to glow softly, their petals turning iridescent. A scent like lightning and honey filled the shop, and the sunlight bent in impossible ways. She appeared between the lilies and orchids as if materializing from starlight itself. Her platinum hair defied gravity, floating in an invisible breeze. The fabric of her dress rippled like liquid moonlight, changing colors with each breath. But it was her eyes that stopped David's heart, electric blue with pupils that shifted like kaleidoscopes, ancient and new all at once. "Hello, David Chen," she said, her voice carrying harmonics that made the flower vases hum. "I am Lyra, and your genetic pattern sings to me across 12 galaxies." David nearly dropped the roses he was holding. "How do you know my name?" Lyra smiled, and small points of light danced around her like personal stars. "I know many things. Your creativity that captures light." She gestured to the camera he always kept nearby. "Your dreams that reach beyond this small world, and most importantly," she stepped closer, trailing stardust in her wake, "the unique sequence in your DNA that could save my dying race." The roses in his hands began to float, their petals transforming into butterflies of light. Over the next 2 weeks, Lyra appeared throughout David's daily routine like a reoccurring dream. She materialized in the darkroom where he developed photos, turning his black and white prints into windows to other worlds. She visited the flower shop after hours, making the plants evolve into species that had never existed on Earth. Once, she appeared in his bedroom as moonlight streamed through the window, turning his photographs into living memories. Each encounter grew more intimate. She told him about her world, Asteria, where cities floated in crystal clouds and music took physical form. Her descriptions were punctuated by casual touches that left his skin tingling with otherworldly electricity. "Your species has such vibrant potential," she said one night as they sat among the flowers after closing. Above them, stars rearranged themselves into new constellations at her silent command. "My people have grown too perfect, too sterile. We need vitality." Her hand found his, sending waves of alien sensation through his nervous system. David tried to think of Sarah loving, patient Sarah who supported his photography dreams and understood his dedication to his grandmother's shop. But Sarah's warm brown eyes seemed dull compared to Lyra's cosmic gaze. "What do you really want from me?" he asked, watching starlight play across her ethereal features. Lyra moved closer, her dress becoming almost transparent. "To create something extraordinary. Your genetics contain patterns we've never seen before. Combined with mine." She straddled his lap, her body radiating cosmic energy. "Let me show you what it means to touch the stars." Her kiss tasted like lightning and eternity. David's phone buzzed unheeded in his pocket. Sarah's message about their anniversary dinner plans went unread as reality bent around their embrace. The night it happened, flowers bloomed out of season across Cedar Grove. The shop's plants pulsed with bioluminescence, their colors shifting through spectrums humans had never seen. Lyra appeared among the roses, her body glowing with stellar energy. Her dress had become pure light, constellations moving across her skin. "Tonight," she whispered, "we create something the universe has never seen." Their union transcended physical reality. As they came together among the floating flowers, David experienced visions of distant galaxies. He tasted starlight, felt the birth of nebulae, and watched civilizations rise and fall across countless worlds. Plants around them evolved and devolved, spinning through millions of years of evolution in minutes. Afterward, Lyra's belly pulsed with a soft blue radiance. "It's done," she said, tracing luminous patterns on his chest that left trails in the air like comet tails. "Our child will bridge worlds." Reality crashed back like a tidal wave. "Child? Already? But how?" "My biology operates differently," she smiled. The embryo exists in multiple dimensions simultaneously. It will develop in ways your science cannot comprehend. Through the shop window, David saw Sarah walking toward the entrance, carrying what looked like an anniversary gift. His heart stopped as Lyra's belly continued to pulse with otherworldly light. "What happens now?" he asked, watching his ordinary life about to collide with cosmic consequences. Lyra's smile held secrets of infinite worlds. "Now everything changes. The child will make sure of that." Strange phenomena began plaguing Cedar Grove. The flowers in the shop started rearranging themselves at night, forming patterns that looked like DNA helixes in alien alphabets. Customers reported their bouquets singing soft melodies in languages that had never existed on Earth. David's photographs began showing scenes he hadn't captured, glimpses of crystal cities and triple moons. He noticed changes in himself too. He could sometimes see through his camera lens into other dimensions, and when he developed photos, the chemicals responded to his thoughts rather than physical processes. His dreams were filled with visions of a child who walked between stars. Sarah confronted him between the daisies and sunflowers. "You're different," she said, reaching for his hand but pulling back when sparks literally flew between their fingers. She held up her anniversary gift, a vintage camera she'd spent months hunting down. "I thought this would make you happy, but you seem so far away lately." Before he could respond, Lyra appeared beside them, her pregnant belly now visibly glowing through her ethereal dress. Sarah gasped but didn't run. "He's evolving," Lyra explained, her voice making the flowers vibrate. "The child changes everything it touches. And you," she studied Sarah with ancient eyes, "you're already part of the pattern." Sarah's eyes began to glow faintly blue, reflecting universes she shouldn't be able to see. In the distance, black vans with government logos entered Cedar Grove. Military vehicles surrounded the flower shop. Lyra, David, and Sarah hovered in a bubble of distorted spacetime where physics seemed more like suggestions than laws. The flowers around them evolved into species that could exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. "The child is breaking down barriers between realities," Lyra explained, her belly now a swirling vortex of cosmic energy. "It exists in all possible timelines at once." Scientists in protective gear approached with equipment that transformed into flowering vines of light at their touch. Through cracks in reality, David glimpsed other versions of Cedar Grove. One where buildings grew like crystal gardens, another where humans had evolved alongside cosmic beings. Sarah's transformation accelerated. "I see everything," she whispered, her body becoming translucent. "All our possible futures together. All three of us." The military opened fire, but their bullets turned to seeds that sprouted into crystalline flowers. Above them, the sky split open like a cosmic egg, revealing something vast and incomprehensible beyond. A space where all possibilities existed simultaneously. David's camera, still hanging around his neck, began capturing images from all possible timelines at once, each photo showing a different version of their story unfolding. The flower shop became ground zero for a cosmic transformation. Plants floated in complex patterns, each blossom existing in multiple states simultaneously. David's grandmother watched her life's work become a nexus of impossible events as roses bloomed in colors that shouldn't exist. "The child is creating its own space," Lyra explained, her form flickering between matter and energy, "a realm where all possibilities can coexist." Sarah's body now refracted timelines instead of light. "I remember lives we haven't lived yet," she whispered. "I see us in infinite variations." David's photography capturing moments across dimensions. Lyra's people finding new hope. My own path weaving between worlds. Military containment protocols crumbled as reality itself began to fold. Soldiers experienced multiple versions of their lives simultaneously. Scientists' minds expanded beyond human limits as their instruments recorded the birth of new physical laws. Through tears and spacetime, David glimpsed fragments of Lyra's dying world, understanding finally why she had chosen him. His camera continuously clicked, documenting the merge of realities, each photo showing a different possible future. The flowers in the shop began broadcasting memories of other worlds, filling the air with fragrances that told stories of distant stars. Through the cosmic rift, David saw multiple timelines colliding. In one, he married Sarah and ran the flower shop, their children glowing faintly in the dark. In another, he explored galaxies with Lyra, photographing phenomena no human had ever seen. In a third, all three of them transcended human form entirely, becoming beings of pure creative energy. The child will be born across all realities simultaneously, Lyra announced, her form pure energy shaped by thought. But you must choose your anchor point, David. Which timeline becomes your prime reality? I can't choose, he whispered, experiencing lifetimes in seconds. His photographs hung in galleries across dimensions, each showing a different version of love. Sarah reached for his hand, her touch sending cascades of shared memories, both lived and unlived. Maybe we don't have to choose. The child is teaching us how to exist in multiple states. Lyra smiled, her belly pulsing with probability waves. She understands faster than expected. The containment field shattered as the child's power reached critical mass. David's camera captured it all, each frame showing a different layer of reality as the boundaries between possible worlds grew thinner. The child emerged into multiple realities simultaneously, its first cry resonating across dimensions. Each version created ripples that transformed everything they touched. The flower shop became a quantum nexus. Roses evolved into windows between worlds. David's photographs captured moments that existed across all possible timelines. Through every lens, a different version of reality played out. David experienced all possibilities at once. He saw himself aging with Sarah in a house where flowers sang alien lullabies. He watched himself documenting cosmic wonders with Lyra. He witnessed futures where the three of them created something entirely new, a family that transcended traditional boundaries. The barriers are dissolving completely, Lyra announced across all timelines. We must stabilize the convergence. Sarah, now glowing with accumulated quantum energy, said, we're meant to be anchors. All of us. The military's weapons transformed into tools of creation. Scientists recorded data that would revolutionize human understanding of reality, if they could translate it back into linear time. The child's consciousness touched everything within reach, rewriting the rules of existence with each quantum breath. David's camera kept clicking, documenting the birth of a new kind of reality. In the moment of birth, every photo in David's collection came alive. Images broke free from their frames, showing infinite versions of their story playing out simultaneously. The flower shop existed in all states at once, a simple store, a gateway between worlds, a nursery for new forms of life. The child manifested differently in each reality. In one, it appeared as twins with Sarah's smile and Lyra's cosmic eyes. In another, it existed as a living aurora that danced above Cedar Grove, connecting minds across galaxies. In a third, it became a new species of flower that bloomed with consciousness. The convergence is stabilizing, Lyra said, her form shifting between states. But not as I expected. Sarah, now as ethereal as Lyra, smiled. The child chose all possibilities. David felt himself stretching across realities, his photographer's eye capturing every version. His camera had become something more, a device that could document quantum states, preserving moments that existed in multiple dimensions simultaneously. The military's containment protocols evolved into a research initiative as reality rewrote itself around them. Scientists found themselves studying phenomena that challenged everything they thought they knew about existence. Cedar Grove exists now as a quantum sanctuary. The flower shop operates across multiple dimensions, in one reality a simple store, in another a gateway between worlds, in others a school where the child teaches botany that defies physics. Three beings move through these layered realities. David, whose photographs now create windows between worlds. Sarah, who learned to weave quantum possibilities like flower arrangements. And Lyra, who found that saving her species meant embracing chaos rather than perfection. The child appears differently to each observer, sometimes as twins speaking in cosmic harmonies, sometimes as a living aurora teaching humanity to dance between dimensions. sometimes as a new species of flower that blooms with consciousness. The military maintains a research base disguised as a garden center, studying phenomena they can't explain. Scientists who visit Cedar Grove leave with theories that revolutionize physics, though their equations tend to turn into blooming flowers when no one's watching. David's photography gallery has become famous for images that seem impossible, flowers that grow through dimensions, portraits that show multiple timelines at once, landscapes that shift when viewed from different angles. Visitors swear they can step into the photographs if they look long enough. On certain nights, when probability waves align just right, visitors can see all versions of the town at once, a layer upon layer of possibility made manifest. Through every iteration, 3 guardians watch over their impossible child as it paints new realities into existence. In the flower shop's window, a single rose continues to bloom eternally, its petals showing reflections of every possible future. Some say if you look closely enough, you can see yourself in another life, loved in ways you never imagined possible.